On this image here, we're going to perform a little bit of selective correction. Notice that the wall and the inside of the car wash is correctly exposed, but because the exposure was set for this, it's caused the car to become a little underexposed and dark, and the background is a little overexposed, but that's okay because we're not worried about the background. We're just worried about what's in the foreground here. What we're going to do is bring out a little bit of the detail back in the car using curves and layer masks. What we're going to do is create a curve adjustment layer. So under the layers palette, click on the adjustment layer, choose curves. There's our familiar curves box. Now remember, on our curves primer, and if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you watch that quickly, we could move the eyedropper tool and it would show us which point on the curve we're working on. By clicking and dragging, notice the little circle there. So this is the range that we're working within, where the car is right now. So what we're going to do is hold down the Control or the Command key and click with the eyedropper tool, and that adds a point to the curve. Notice this is the point right here, which is this tonal area around the hood of the car. So we just drag that directly up, and that's going to brighten that color range. Notice that. You see the detail come back in the car. Click OK to apply. Notice a lot of the detail is now back in the car, but some of the other places are beginning to look pretty blown out, like the floor and the walls. That's a little brighter than what we're looking for. What we want to do is just bring out the detail here in the car without affecting the rest of the image. Notice on the adjustment layer that there's a mask created automatically. When a mask is filled with black, it will hide the contents of that adjustment. When it's filled with white, it will show the adjustment. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this mask with black. So with the mask selected, notice here it shows a mask icon. If I was working on the layer, it would show a brush. If I'm working on the mask here, it shows a mask icon. So what we're going to do is fill this with black. So just choose Edit, Fill, and we'll use black. Click OK. Notice now that this is filled with black, meaning that this adjustment layer has absolutely no effect now. So what we're going to choose is a brush, a soft brush with white as the foreground, and with this mask selected, as we paint now, we're going to paint on this mask, and notice as we paint with the mask that that adjustment is showing just to the areas that we're painting on. It's almost like a paint on adjustment. The great thing about this is that we can paint just the areas that we want to apply that curves adjustment to. Notice as we paint on the windshield of the car that that section is brightening up. We can paint around the front here. Some of the more highlighted areas you may want to leave. And there we go. Let's turn this off. Without the adjustment, with the adjustment. This is a very powerful tool, and you can use this on any kind of image just to bring emphasis just to the areas you want or adjust the areas you want. This is advanced image correction. You can use these masks with any type of layer adjustment.